the abuse, when I found out, you know, the backstory to it and everything that happened, and then when I found out that my mother is a bipolar schizophrenic, that plays a part too. Right. So when I learned more about mental illness and mental health and stuff, that actually made it a lot easier to forgive her. Yeah. Because once upon a time, I love you, Mom, but this story has to be told. She tried to stab my father. Yes, I remember. We came home from my aunt's house. It was a complete, excuse my language, shit show. She went off the deep end, tried to stab my father with a pair of scissors, and it was just terrible. And then this is when we realized something was wrong with her.
Oh yeah, big time.
But again, once I feel like when you know more about the curse and how it starts, it gives you more information on how to break it.
Right.
Very true.
Because if you don't know anything about it, like what you said with your family, y'all don't talk about much.
Right.
This is why you will always have a generational curse, because you guys don't talk about anything.
And don't communicate.
Now, if y'all would sit down and talk about it, like some of the stuff that happens, it's hard to talk about. I get that. But y'all are all grown also.
Right. It's true.
Which is why, like I said, me and Kiki, like, we've always been close because it's only
and heathenous. No,
that too.
Just a bunch of heifers.
I mean, because like you can see now, like the difference now. Like Kiki had more of a problem with Ernest as she got older, while I had more of a problem with Mommy as I got older.
Which it happens because usually
the
men become mother's boys, mama's boys, and
that had nothing
to do with it.
Oh, for real?
It was just like I had her attitude.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to let her get the best of me.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, I love my mama dearly, and I've always have and always will, but, like, at a certain point, it's like, nah. Okay. You know, I had that nah thing. Yeah. And you know, you ain't gonna, like, just keep putting your hands on me and stuff. Right. You know?
Right.
And, like, I'll never forget.
I was kind of like that with my mom.
I'll never forget that one day we was in the hallway, and, like, I ain't do nothing. Yeah. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal, something slight. I ain't talking about the outside thing. Y'all already know my lawyer said don't talk about it unless he's in the presence, so I don't talk about that no more. But one day, like, I came home from school, and, you know, it was something about the dishes, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't even my turn to do the dishes or nothing, but I said I'll go ahead and do them. But I guess, like, I said it with an attitude, and I'm pretty sure I did at that time. I probably said, you know, I was like, probably like, all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And instead of just, you know, I understand the attitude, but the fact that she had to feel like she had to put her hands on me. Yeah. Like, and at that time, I'm like a solid, like, I'm a solid 100 and something pounds, 120 pounds.
Oh, I thought you were about to say your age.
Yeah, me too.
No, but I'm like 13 at this time. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like 12, 13 at this time. But I'm like, and you know, like I said, and I don't say this, I say this in the most, like, humblest way. I've always been, like, wise for my age. So, like, I'm not stupid, I'm not dumb or nothing like that. And, like, the fact that she put her hands on me that day, and, like, that was the first time I ever felt like hearing my mother that day. Yeah. You know, and, like, a lot of people, you know, lie to themselves and say, like, they'll never hit their mom. Nah. Like, at that point, you know, when you've been through so much with that person, it's like enough is enough, and I almost put my hands on. Now, like I said, her putting her hand, I ain't saying I was right in the way I said it. Yeah. Because I said it with attitude. But once again, I'm saying I got this attitude because of who you are, who you've been to me.
Me, exactly.
So whatever you
give, that's what you're going to get.
That's why I say it's the dangerous of what you give to your children because that's what's going to reflect to you.
Definitely, 100%.
And I'm going to get on a story with Ernest as well. But as far as Mommy goes, like, that day, I was giving everything she done gave me. Right. I was about to give it back to her. Yeah. But fortunately, by the grace of God, I didn't. I didn't. It's because she saw me ball my fist.
Yeah, for sure.
Know what I'm saying? And part of me was like, and like I said, by the grace of God, like I said, that's your mama. Yeah. Regardless of what she putting you through, she done put you through. She done put, you know. And it's hard seeing what she put Kiki through. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just like it's hard seeing what Ernest put Kiki through. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with everything, you know. And once again, that's my sibling, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that day, like I said, it wasn't something that serious, and she had to feel like she had to slap me in the face like she did, and I mean, she I bled, right? You know what I'm saying? Like when she slapped me,
not only did it hurt, it took your pride and everything,
like,
and
like
embarrassed you.
I'm getting smacked.
Yeah,
I'm a young man getting
smacked. Yeah,
even though it's my mama, and then like the fact that I'm bleeding out my mouth and everything, and whatnot, and you know.
You were hurt.
And the aggression that I already had built up.
Yeah, for sure. I understand.
And then it's like, I can't hit my mom. Like, I want as
bad as I want. Yeah.
I can't hit my mom. I can't.
I really had something stuck in my throat.
You know?
So, I mean, and yeah, it's a few other things like that. And like I said, like, you know.
Unfortunately, I had to put my hands on my mother.
Yeah.
But she, in my defense, she was off her medication and she was...
Are we talking about when...
Yes, we are.
Yes, that's exactly.
Y'all, I'll tell y'all right now, that's the first time I felt like I was going to put my hands on their mother and Shakyra.
Again, I was the victim.
Which is true.
Now looking at it, you were, but that day I was pissed at both of y'all.
Woo, girl.
But again, I was the
victim. You were, but in the moment in time... In the moment in time.
Look, as a parent now, I get it.
Yeah, that's why. That's why.
Again,
that's why.
Either way, I was still the victim in the situation.
You were.
I was.
We're just saying in the heat of the moment.
But at the same time, when
I was about to mollywop both of y'all that day.
That's fine.
Y'all did that. Y'all didn't realize.
See, she would have given me a pass.
Y'all didn't realize how many victims y'all situation created though. Cause you might have been a victim, yes, in the immediate situation, but how it came and affected the people outside.
It was like a domino effect.
It was, but she was the main one that made it fall.
Of course.
And if it wasn't for her, I love you again, mother, but when she's off her meds, she becomes a whole demon. Yeah. It's not even a whole person. No, she is a demon. And that's the sad part. Because at the end of the day, that's still your mother. Yeah. And you don't want to look at her like that. But you can't force her to take medicine either. Unless you call 911 or call the hospital and tell them to come get her.
Right.
But the hospital will force you.
I mean, of course.
But I feel like
that's
why.
That's
why it was at that time. I feel like that was the moment for her because you went through enough. Then Jamal had to talk to her. And I let Jamal know, you better talk to her. Because I, at the moment in time, like I said, overstanding her circumstances, true. But me, like I said, I was ready to leave church and just find y'all. Like, it was...
That hard, you had that.
But at the time, I didn't know where y'all were because Jamal called me. I didn't know that though.
I told him.
Jamal called me because he was trying to still get himself together when he called me. So all I got was man, I'm just calling you to let you know, Mom and Kiki got into a fight and the kids were in the car. I don't know what happened, why they got into a fight.
It was just Junior.
It was just Junior.
It was just Junior? Yeah. Okay, well, Junior was in the car.
Yeah.
Junior was in the car. I don't know what happened. Kiki just called me, told me a whole bunch of happened, and I'm just letting you know before but I'll let you know what happened. I'll call you back out. And I was in class, like, teaching. So I'm like, what? Like,
but see, I take responsibility for this also. Even though I was the victim, I still take responsibility for this because, honestly, I let my temper that day get the best of me also.
Exactly, see?
So this is why I do have to take some responsibility of this too.
That's what I'm talking about. You see how I almost let my temper get the best of me. But
that day...
But the further it goes on, and once, like she said, when she was off her medicine, she was off the chain. You know what I'm saying? My mama is a lovely lady, and I love her to pieces. But when she ain't on that medicine, I'm trying to tell you.
And that's why you look in her eyes and you will see nothing.
And that's why I say I feel like that day with that happening and all y'all talking to her, that's when it clicked for her that she needed to do what needed to be done.
Especially after we threatened to, send her back to the mental institution.
Yeah, because
we weren't putting
and let her know what she could lose and all that.
Yeah, and like I said, by the grace of God, she's
been so wonderful.
She's been so wonderful.
The way you said that,
I just and it hurt, and it's a bittersweet thing because I just wish it was like that when we were kids. You know what I'm saying?
Even as kids, we didn't know that she had a midlife problem.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure she didn't know.
Right.
She was in denial about it.
Right.
She just thinking it's just anger.
Yeah, because it's some of those things when it comes to health things, you know.
Oh, that's a generational curse for people too.
Which it is.
Yeah, because they be in denial about something being wrong with them when you need to go get that checked out. Like,
and one of the biggest things was like, you know, it's like when somebody tell you something's wrong with you, you know, it's hard to accept that something's wrong with you.
That's not just that's black people. That's everybody.
I mean, but we speak about us because
because we are in. We do not go to therapy.
No,
we are taught not to go to therapy.
No,
and I, you know what? I believe that something that can be therapeutic and like what a lot of people don't do is talk to their problems with the person they have a problem with.
Right.
Because
I believe if more people did that, a lot of things could be avoided. Yeah. And not with a bunch of people around.
Right.
I believe I believe a lot of things could be avoided. I believe a lot of things could be avoided.
Sometimes, yeah.
Because some people can't handle
I said a lot.
And that's why what I just said, I mean, I was joking with you, but literally, like, my mind frame of how I think about it, I unfortunately, I think way ahead when it comes to confronting somebody, because either I know that person very well, and I have a 99.9% chance of how I know it's going to end up, so I just choose not to talk about it.
Which is understandable.
Because it's going to turn into something that I'm not trying to get it to.
Right.
But also, like you said, the other outcome is that, well, then if you don't talk about it, then it festers. But then it doesn't help you yourself either. You're mental because you putting yourself in a state of mind that you shouldn't be in because you're trying to protect the other person's feelings.
Yeah, because that's just like if I had a problem with bro. One thing I know, me and bro.
Oh, y'all can talk it out. I even know that y'all can talk it out.
Me and bro had
probably
maybe two disagreements as long as I known them, and like we talked about it. Even like the first one, I remember we was in TCC. I just had a altercation in Maryland at that time, and I came back, and we had an altercation in TCC and whatnot.
What you doing in Maryland?
And don't worry about it. You know,
we don't want to talk about it.
Once again, my lawyer said don't talk about certain things.
Okay,
I'm his lawyer with that.
Unless he's present. Okay.
But
anyway,
I'm the lawyer.
You're not the lawyer. But anyway, like I was saying, like we had a disagreement, and in reality, I knew where he was coming from. It was just I was still really hot about what had happened. You know what I'm saying? You know, and
which I didn't know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, speaking from my perspective, I didn't know that bro was going through stuff. I remember he telling me that he was taking, like, anger management classes and things of that nature during that period of time. But, like, just generally, like, on the whole thing or when it happened, like, I was like I say, I wasn't, you know what I mean? You just, like, at that moment in time, you ain't thinking about all the extras. You just, like, trying to express how you feel, you know what I mean? So, and then, like I said, I didn't know that bro was going through whatever he was going through with his situation.
Yeah, because security had to come bring us up. In TCC that day.
Well, it never really got that. I won't say it won't that because actually, like one of our friends that, or people that we mutual people that we knew, Vince. They was trying to, Vince, and then not
sounds so familiar.
Small ball guy.
Yeah, he go to our church.
Yeah,
I think he was married to an Asian girl or something like that. I don't know.
Military dude. Oh, okay, yes. He's so nice. He's so nice.
I ain't saying we would have came to blows that day,
but it would have gotten close.
But it was on the verge of going that direction. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just hot. Like once again, I'm emotionally hot right now, and I understand where bro was coming. The way bro. And
like I said, a lot of people help us decipher it too. Right. You know what I mean? There was
mutual friends that were in there,
and that's why Shut up. But that's why I said. But that's why.
But we talked it out. But once again, after that we talked it out though. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying though. Like I ain't go back to like Eric or Shaman like that nigga kind. I went to bro. You know what I'm saying?
Talking like that.
Close enough.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you got a problem, I feel like if you got a problem with that person.
And the crazy thing, I'm aiming because you're wrong, but the crazy thing about our situation, it was somebody else that created this situation. Yeah. And it was, like I said, communication. It was like,
once again, that's why I say it is definitely.
And then it's like, damn, I felt let down. I'm like, damn, like, all right, well, then I started saying stuff, and then, And then next thing you know, other shit.
See that's the part about communication.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
miscommunication can be.
There we go.
It is
the downfall of so many relationships.
Something it could just be
that could be avoided.
Yeah.
Especially when you communicating with the wrong person.
Yeah, and that's why it's
someone that secretly felt like the way you felt this whole time, and now there's their opportunity to be like, hey.
And they ain't trying to get past the subject, but that's what I'm saying. That's how far the my mama's attitude went. You know, like it went and leaped over in my life. Like it went that far. You know what I'm saying? I still struggle with it sometimes. My attitude.